August 18, 1996 at the zoo in Brookfield. This territory was hit by a 3-year-old boy. He climbed onto the fence that separated the gorillas from the spectators and fell directly to the primates. The height of the fence was 5 meters. The boy hit his head and became unconscious. Since it took a long time for human help, the baby's rescue was taken over by a gorilla named Bintu Juha. She carefully took the boy in her arms and shook it, carried it to the entrance of the enclosure where rescuers arrived. The police and zoo workers admitted that without Binti's help, the situation could have been resolved much worse.
She's like, rub my belly.
You can see the difference in his eye. Poor girl, like.
What are you, Tommy Lee on the drums or what?
I only know one song I did from gospel.
Okay.
12-year-old Faith was making her way home from school as she always did. It was a hot day in the south of Kenya, and the dust blew up in clouds in the refreshing afternoon breeze. Faith knew the 15-minute walk like the back of her hand. All she could think of was dinner as she strolled along the well-tread path. Completely in her own world, she was an easy target when 4 men ran up behind her to abduct her. Witnesses say they saw her being carried, kicking and screaming into a van, but then she was gone. That is, until 1 week later when she reappeared in the strangest of manners. The 4 men were attempting to move Faith from the house they were hiding in, but as they did, 3 full-sized adult lions ran at the group. The 4 men dropped Faith and ran for their lives, leaving the little girl for dead. That's when the lions did the unthinkable. Forming a circle, the lions sat and protected the terrified little girl until police arrived to escort her to safety. In an odd twist of events, the lions walked away as if they knew their job had been done. Little Faith's survival may have been a miracle, but wildlife experts think that her cries may have fooled the lions into thinking she was a cub in danger. Whatever the reason, Faith had a lucky escape and was left with an incredible tale to tell.
A surfer in Monterey, California, was left fighting hopelessly for his life when a massive great white shark emerged from the depths out of nowhere, attacking him with absolutely no remorse. It had swum around him again and again to bite him 3 times and had already sliced him to the bone on his leg and back. He would have been a goner if it wasn't for a chance encounter with a pod of dolphins who recognized the fact that he was in distress and in need of serious help. The dolphins surrounded the man while simultaneously fighting off the shark, pushing the surfer back to shore slowly but surely. They took off when the man was safely back on shore and he was immediately rushed to the hospital, barely getting out of his ordeal alive.
A pit bull saved Grandma and her grandchild. An American pit bull terrier named Chief rescued 87-year-old Victoria and her granddaughter Maria from a poisonous cobra that entered their house through a hole in the kitchen. Victoria was watching TV sitting on the couch when suddenly Chief jumped up, warning about the slithering menace. Maria rushed with her grandmother to another room, hoping that the snake would leave. After a while, she checked to see if the coast was clear, only to find the snake lurking a mere 6 feet away. The snake opened its hood and rushed to attack. Chief lunged into the cobra's way, grabbed it by the neck, and slammed it onto the floor repeatedly, killing the snake. Chief got a fatal bite to the jaw during the struggle, and after a few moments, he fell to the ground. It was already too late to save him, but this noble pit bull will be remembered.
Lulu, the Vietnamese pig. Dogs have gained quite the fame for saving their human owners that suffer major medical events. But the hero in this story was none other than a Vietnamese pig. Lulu was just a baby when offered to a woman as a gift. Unfortunately, the woman did not want Lulu, so the woman's mother, Joanne, took pity and decided to keep her for herself. They quickly became best friends, with Joanne taking her everywhere with her. One day, Joanne suffered a heart attack at home, and having no one in the house to help her, Lulu stepped up. This very special animal somehow managed to open the gate latch and sprinted into the middle of the road, laying down and trying to signal people to follow her. As no one paid attention, Lulu sprinted back home to check on Joanne and repeated the process until one man finally stopped and followed Lulu into the house. After seeing the condition Joanne was in, the man immediately called for help. Needless to say that Joanne and Lulu's relationship became much stronger after that. The gentle whale. Once upon a time, a marine biologist named Hauser, with over 30 years of experience in the field, went for a dive when she felt a 50,000-pound humpback whale nudging her. This behavior of the whale confused the biologist, as it's not considered to be typical behavior for the species, as they generally keep to themselves, not meddling with others. According to Hauser, the whale kept trying to tuck her underneath his huge pectoral fin. It was only a good few minutes later that Hauser noticed a 15-foot tiger shark lurking in the distance and realized that this whale was trying to protect her from the shark. Specialists firmly believe that this was the whale's instinct to protect its calves from predators, which turned out to be a life-saving experience for the marine biologist, who now has an incredible story to tell.